I would like to request the representatives of our Youth Pioneers group, 3 young pioneers, to come up on stage together and deliver their speeches one by one. মঞ্চে আসার জন্য অনুরোধ করছি মারিয়াম, মাসুদ, ফাতিহা আয়াত এবং প্রিসিলা।
Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. তোমরা কেমন আছো আজকে? আমি খুবই খুশি তোমাদের সাথে একটু সময় কাটাতে পারে। Alhamdulillah. I'm very honored that Time Television invited me today. Over the past 9 years, Time Television has been doing so much work for our community and had such a positive impact on the youth to become better citizens. Alhamdulillah. I have a dream. By 2030, I want to inspire 10 million youth and kids to memorize the Holy Quran and apply its teachings in their lives through the aspects of humanity, social services, and the environment. Today, I want to share with all of you what inspired me to have this dream. Alhamdulillah, I have dedicated my life to the teachings of the Holy Quran. Ever since I started to talk, the verses of the Holy Quran are on the tip of my tongue. And alhamdulillah, by the age of 9, I finished memorizing the entire Quran, and my mother was my main teacher. My parents have brought me and my sisters up in a way in our lives where our ultimate goal is to please the Almighty. Every single day, they teach us how to live our lives in accordance with the teachings of the Holy Quran and Ahadith. And alhamdulillah, I have learned so many beautiful hadiths from my parents and my father especially. One of the most important hadiths that I learned, and it's one of my favorites, I would like to share with all of you. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best ones among you are the ones who learn the Quran and teach it to others. This is what our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us. My dedication towards the teachings of the Holy Quran has, alhamdulillah, inspired my devotion towards other aspects of my life. I now have an opportunity to work for the community with our youth and help the poor and the needy and spread awareness to protect the environment. When a UK-based humanitarian organization invited me to go to Syrian refugee camps and orphanage in Turkey, I was able to see firsthand how difficult the lives were of those poor and orphan children, how they had to struggle every single day. I was able to see it with my own eyes. And this inspired me to raise tens and thousands of dollars for those children. And then when a top Canadian humanitarian organization invited me to lead a group of youth in South Africa, where we worked to build homes for the poor and orphan children who were living in miserable conditions. And this really taught me about being grateful for everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me with. As for environmental initiatives, alhamdulillah, Nobel laureate Professor Yunus has given me the lead role to lead the 3-0 clubs in North America. And this is so that we all can work together to save our world with the 3 zeros. 3 zeros are 0 net carbon emission, 0 poverty, and 0 unemployment. My journey of memorizing the Holy Quran has also shaped my life with strong morals and integrity. Alhamdulillah, now with every step I take, I remember the morals and values that I have learned through the beautiful stories of the Holy Quran. These lessons turned out to be a blueprint for my life. Why we should always be kind to others, why we should have good manners and habits, why we should be humble and grateful all the time. These lessons have played such an important role from my childhood until now. And now I have a better understanding of my role in this world today and my moral duties and responsibilities.
Thank you so much for your wonderful speech and being here today with us. Is there anywhere where our guests can learn more about your activities?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel with my little sister Fatima, so you can check it out on YouTube, Maryam Masud, also on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. Like that. Before I say anything, অবশ্যই টাইম টেলিভিশন নিয়ে কথা বলতে হবে। I think এটা হচ্ছে one of the only news outlets in the United States যেটা আমাদের South Asian community-কে reach করছে এবং not only that আমাদের South Asian younger generation-কে reach করছে। এটা কত important আমি কথা দিয়ে express করতে পারবো না। Younger generation অনেক সময় interested থাকে না in what's going on around the world, but Time Television is allowing them to stay interested. Without continuing further, let me just introduce myself a little bit. আমার নাম হচ্ছে Pricila. আমি হচ্ছি একজন content creator, motivational speaker, এবং social worker with more than 6 million followers, and I am so honored to be here amongst you tonight. Thank you. Now, I'm supposed to talk about empowering the younger generation, and that really comes from the role of the parents. So this speech is going to be geared towards the parents in this room. It's important to understand that life will get tough, and it might stay tough for a while. Just because your kids are young doesn't mean they're not facing their own struggles. Encourage your children to find their passion and find their purpose. I love this saying that I heard once, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed you your life, showed you what it could be like before you were put on earth, and he asked you, do you want to live this life on earth? And we are all here today because we all said yes. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm still looking for my purpose. I'm still looking for why I said yes. As parents, it is so important to support your kids. Encourage them to work hard, because dreaming is not enough. You have to work for it. Why would you waste even a second of your life doing something that won't lead you to fulfill your dreams? Talking about myself, I have crazy big dreams. I want to build a free hospital, an orphanage, schools, and so much more. Is it realistic? I'm not sure, but I'm still going to try. Now, a lot of people have asked me, Pricila, tell me the recipe for success for students. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. The recipe for success is discipline. As parents, a lot of you guys expect your children to stay motivated 100% of the time. That's honestly very ridiculous. I'm not motivated 100% of the time, but I am disciplined. And that's why I am where I am today. There's a very big difference between being smart and being smart and working hard. A lot of people say, oh, Pricila, you're smart. You don't have to work that hard. But I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a book from a page and I'll tell you to read it. It might take you one read through and you'll understand it. Now, I'm very self-aware. I know that if I read it once, I'm not going to understand it. I'm going to have to read it maybe 3 more times. So I'm a little slow. I have to work extra harder, take more time than you do. So I do that. I manage my time, I work harder, and that's why I have the grades that I do now, and that's why I'm in the position that I am in now. I mentioned this before about the importance of acknowledging the struggles of your kids. These days in the younger generation, depression, insecurities, anxiety, it's very prevalent, and it's something to acknowledge, and acknowledge that it's not fake, it's not for attention. It's so important to learn from your failures, discipline yourself, and keep yourself motivated. Now, I love talking about women and women's empowerment, and I'm trying to become a criminal lawyer. Now, law in general is a very male-dominated field, and that used to intimidate me. But now I think that, okay, this is a male-dominant field, but I have the opportunity to encourage little girls to take up the law field. So be greedy. Go after what you want, work hard for it, and 100% guaranteed you will be successful. Before I say goodbye and good night to you all, I want to make this announcement with Time Television that I am going to be starting a program very, very soon where I'll be giving motivational speeches while interacting with the audience, and we're going to be focusing on encouraging the younger generation and empowering them to follow their dreams. So I'm hoping that Time Television will be by my side, and I'm hoping to see you guys at one of my future motivational speeches. Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of this program. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum সবাইকে টাইম টেলিভিশনকে ধন্যবাদ for giving me this opportunity to be here tonight. Living in the Western world as a Bangladeshi যেমন অনেক চ্যালেঞ্জিং, একই সঙ্গে এটা একটা incredible opportunity বটে that arises when we embrace these community platforms like Time Television with resilience and determination. আমি জানি যে টাইম টেলিভিশনের মতো শুধু একটা profound institutionই নয়. Overall, living in the West Americate as a Bangladeshi is a journey itself, filled with obstacles, cultural adjustments, and sometimes just a feeling of being a minority. তারপরেও আমি মনে করি যে it's essential to view these challenges not as roadblocks but as stepping stones towards personal and communal growth. আমরা অনেক সময় cultural differences নিয়ে worried হয়ে পড়ি, কিন্তু আমি বলবো যে let us view these obstacles and let us view these as a chance for us to bridge gaps, to foster unity, and to build relationships that transcend borders. But before that, আমাদের নিজেদের মধ্যে আমাদের own morality and opinions and beliefs software install করে নিতে হবে, which will protect us and which will act as an antivirus and protect us from the apprehension of the people of the Western world. আমাদেরকে মনে রাখতে হবে যে টাইম টিভির মতোই আমরা প্রত্যেকে এই দেশে আমাদের নিজেদের ট্রেডিশনস এন্ড হেরিটেজের এক একজন অ্যাম্বাসেডর। আরেকটা বিষয় উল্লেখ করে আমি আমার বক্তব্য শেষ করব যে the more we navigate the Western world, আমাদের সামনে আরেকটা বড় প্রশ্ন আসবে যে where do we want to see ourselves and our future generations in this country. এবং এই প্রশ্নের উত্তরে আমি বলবো যে আমরা যেন আমাদের নিজেদের পার্সোনাল অ্যাচিভমেন্টস নিয়ে আমাদের যেন এটা শুধুই আমরা এইম না করি. We have to be integral contributors to the social fabric of this society. We have to increase our involvement in local initiatives. আমাদেরকে মনে রাখতে হবে যে আমাদের aspirations should extend beyond our individual achievements. আমাদেরকে envision করতে হবে a future world where Bangladeshis in the West are recognized for their contributions towards science, arts, business, and community services like Time Television. আমাদেরকে হতে হবে এমন একটা community যারা intellectually vibrant, যারা একদম নিজেদেরকে নিয়ে আইসোলেটেড না, আবার এই দেশের রীতি ও প্রথার সাথে একাত্ম হয়ে assimilated না. So just a huge thank you to Time TV because এই প্রতিষ্ঠান আমাদের জন্য একটা বিরাট opportunity to learn new skills and embrace diversity and actively contribute to the societies that we're now part of. এবং by contributing towards these community services, we can ensure a better future, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. Last time আমি বলে নিতে চাই যে টাইম টিভি আমার কাছে also personally important because আমার আব্বু আগে টাইম টিভির একজন প্রেজেন্টার ছিলেন. So I've basically grew up with Time TV. So just a huge thank you to Time TV for everything that they've been doing. Thank you and assalamu alaikum.